You and I are probably going to end up like Tantalus. He was the one who's up to his knees in water, but when he bends down to drink, it recedes, and there's food hanging off the tree, but when he reaches up, it pulls away.
Oof. I have that nightmare all the time.
Oh, no. Well, you better clean up your act, Lily.
No, never. Hi everyone, I'm Lily Rosson.
And I'm Cole Paulson.
And welcome to Deep Space Wine, a podcast that attempts to recap and decode every episode of Deep Space Nine, the forgotten stepchild of the Star Trek universe. Each episode we'll share a bottle of wine, wind down, and then wind ourselves up again with our strong opinions about DS9. Because in our social experience, there is nothing people love more than when someone talks at length about Star Trek or wine.
Or differential magnetomers.
Don't get me started.
Man,
Do not speak to me about that, ever.
This is the worst technobabble yet.
Oh my god.
And it's ironic because it's actually a very spiritual episode too, and somehow they just ply it with technobabble at the same time.
Yeah. Did they feel like they had to have a dichotomy between the spirituality?
They're like, let's not scare the nerds off with our religion. Let's make sure there's enough differential magnetomer talk to keep them engaged.
Boo. Boo, I say.
It's rough.
Episode 12, Battle Lines.
Battle Lines. This is the most original series vibe of any episode yet.
Thematically, aesthetically.
Yeah, it's operating on this sort of parable level, this allegory that's just a little too removed from plausibility.
And pretty on the nose.
Right.
Yeah.
The original series also loved talking about the senselessness of war.
Yeah.
Forever wars are a theme that have come up over and over again in Star Trek. These wars that have just been fought for so long, people have forgotten why they're even fighting.
Sure. I guess that's topical.
It's always topical, Lily. I was thinking this came out in the 90s when the Balkans were breaking up and Americans were trying to understand what the heck they're even fighting about.
Yep.
And unfortunately, since then, it's very easy to name wars where it's just grievance. And from the outside, it's difficult to understand why they're letting themselves continue fighting.
I mean, there's always a war. And what is it good for?
People killing, people dying.
Oh, shit. I was doing my own bit. Absolutely nothing. All right. Is this another singing episode?
We're musical now. Fact.
You're welcome.
Thank God for Camille Saviola,
Oof.
the actress who plays Opaka.
She's amazing. I could look at her face all day, every day.
She is eminently watchable.
She is the shining beacon of this episode.
Thank the prophet.
Yeah.
It made me really sad, though, that they killed her off, quote unquote.
Well, I put down some bullet points of things I was thinking about in this episode. And my first one is the one good thing about Bajoran religion is taken away from us.
Right?
Yeah.
And I've heard the producers say that it was freeing to introduce a villain so that the Bajoran Starfleet tension was really ratcheted up with Nurse Ratchet. Oh, I didn't even mean to do that. With Louise Fletcher as Kai Wynn, a.k.a. Nurse Ratchet. But there's this beautiful relationship with Sisko and Kai Opaka. And with Kira and Opaka here even. And
she's got charisma with everyone.
Oh, yeah. With me. I am ready to worship at the temple of Kai Opaka.
I know, I love her.
Yeah. Oh. So I guess that is the saving grace of this episode.
Yeah, it is. She does a lot.
But it just makes me bummed that it ushers in Kai Wynn, who, I don't know, maybe it's everyone's favorite villain.
We love to hate her, but I would have liked maybe season 1, they could have created some stakes by letting us enjoy the Bajoran religion.
So bizarrely, the pitch for this episode had nothing to do with the Kai. The pitch was just, they go down to this planet and some random ensign dies, like a red shirt. But they're like, oh, the audience will see through that, or they won't care about this ensign. So who's a recurring character that we can kill off?
Yeah.
And they're like, the Kai? And that was the only reason originally that she is the centerpiece of this episode.
Look, it creates stakes for sure. Because if Red Shirt had died, this episode would just be totally boring.
Insufferable. But it is crazy to me that they're like, how can we make this one episode good? I know, kill off this fantastic character.
It is what it is.
So I guess I can give you my take on this episode.
Well, tell me your thesis, because among my other bullet points about this episode, I've just written cave episodes. So.
Gosh, it is just one long hangout in a cave. So also, I got war is hell from it, right?
Sure.
Which is something we hear and see in fiction over and over again. But man, this episode really goes hard for war is hell. If you think about it, the moon really is hell. It has these people who have been sentenced there for their crimes, doomed to suffer their torment forever and ever. They're there to suffer a Sisyphean fate, if you will. You know Sisyphus down in Hades? He's the guy who's pushing the boulder up the hill, and whenever it gets to the top, the boulder rolls down.
Yeah.
And these people are just stuck in this task over and over again that'll never end. Yeah, in this horrible loop. So I was like, okay, the moon is hell.
Sure.
And this is maybe the most spiritual or religious Star Trek gets.
Yeah, it's definitely got some strong Christian allegory.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, do you know what the harrowing of hell is?
No.
So the word harrow, I guess, means to raid or plunder. And so the harrowing of hell is supposedly when Jesus' body was in the tomb for 3 days, his spirit went down to hell and communed with the dead there and saved their souls.
Wow, they did not tell me about this in Catholic school.
Yeah. Well, it's only hinted at in a few Bible verses. Matthew 12:40, for just as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the sea monster, so for 3 days and 3 nights the Son of Man will be in the heart of the earth.
God.
And it says the gospel was proclaimed even to the dead, so that they might live in the spirit as God does.
Whoa. We do not talk about that enough.
Right? Well, it makes sense. If you died before Jesus showed up and saved you, then you should get a shot at salvation. So it's like, oh yeah, and all the people who died before the crucifixion, listen to Jesus when he shows up in Hades.
Sure,
Right?
seems fair.
But okay, think about this episode. Opaka, this spiritual figure, is killed. She goes down to this hellish moon. She's resurrected, and then she makes it her mission to save the souls of everyone on the moon.
Yeah.
It's very Christian.
I mean, we all knew that Opaka was Jesus, and it's been confirmed.
Exactly. Amen. God bless you, Opaka. So I thought, just in the spirit of hellishness, during the recap, I'll be taking us on a tour of hell
Great.
through history and its interpretations through art. Just think of me as Virgil to your Dante.
Yeah.
That's a medieval Italian literature reference for you nerds out there.
I mean, who doesn't know Dante's Inferno?
Great. Have you ever studied it?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah. I actually, when I was at university, I accidentally signed up for a course on Dante's Inferno, but the whole thing was in Italian. And then I just quietly snuck out during the first lecture. Changed my unit.
Also medieval Italian.
Yeah. Look, it looked really interesting, but, you know.
It's juicy.
Yeah.
I studied it in undergrad in the English.
I mean, I did a little bit in the English as well. So hell, yeah, I'll see you there.
See you in hell, baby. We're going straight there.
Before we do that, should we get sozzled?
I think we may as well have a sinful evening if that's where we're headed.
Great. Tonight we're drinking a 2022 Shiraz. That's right, I said a Shiraz.
Yeah, I thought Shiraz was
Not my bag.
frowned upon by people like you.
People like me.
People with discerning taste.
No, people with discerning tastes are well known to enjoy a Shiraz.
Okay, great.
It's just not for me on account of I grew up in Western Australia and the cheap booze available to me was cheap Shiraz. So this is what I got drunk on in my youth. Very, very cheap Shiraz that just gives you wine mouth instantly, dries everything up, kind of tastes like vinegar. So I totally ruined my palate for it.
Right.
So that's the main reason I don't drink Shiraz. But I hear it's great.
Yeah, similar to why I don't drink cider anymore, because that's how I celebrated the end of my master's.
Oh.
Celebrated very well.
Oh, you sinful sinner. So the Shiraz, it's from a producer called Battles. See what I did there?
Oh, well done.
This is another WA wine. This wine is a combination of fruit from Geograph, which is from a place called Donnybrook in the southwest of Australia, and also fruit from Perth Hills, a place called Chittering.
I've been to Chittering.
Have you been to Chittering?
It's lovely.
Yeah, Perth Hills are lovely. I was there this last weekend. Actually drinking a Battles Chardonnay, which was really delicious. So this is from the producers. It is dark red and black fruit, spice and vibrant tannins, medium bodied with fine integrated tannins. So Shiraz, what do you know about it?
It's named after Syrah in modern day Iran.
Yes.
Yes.
Great.
And it's a red wine. And it's the same as Syrah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, very good. Yeah, so these words are kind of used interchangeably, but in Australia, we don't use the term Syrah, we use the term Shiraz.
Right.
I don't really know why. Actually, it's a pretty old grown varietal in Australia. It was brought over in like the 1830s.
Huh.
So it's been around here for a while.
Shiraz just sounds, it has more zhuzh to it.
Well, I was thinking it kind of sounds good in a bogan Aussie accent.
Do that for us?
Like, Shiraz.
Do you want a Shiraz?
Shiraz.
Yeah.
And then you give one to Shaz.
Oh, Shaz is bringing the Shiraz.
Yeah, or Daz. Darren.
You can lop off any name by turning it into Az.
Yes.
Like Laz and Kaz,
Yeah.
drinking Shiraz.
Yeah.
Great. God bless Australians. Y'all are so weird.
We're charming.
Prophets bless you.
Australian Shiraz actually has a pretty good reputation around the world. Particularly quite famous is Shiraz from Barossa in South Australia. Mm-hmm. And it's all made in more of a New World style, such as wines from South Africa. And this is because of the hot climate that we have here, rather than Syrah from somewhere like the Rhone wine region in southern France, for example.
Okay.
And that's what I'm going to say about that. And let's dive into this piece of nostalgia from my early to late teens.
To the battle. What's a battle quote? Gotta be a battle quote.
What's the famous Shakespearean one?
Yeah, once more under the breach.
Yeah.
Fortune favors the bold.
Yeah.
Great.
It's peppery.
That is, I love a Shiraz.
This is your kind of wine, isn't
Yes,
it?
I love a good peppery, rich Shiraz.
I have not been giving you your kind of wine. I've been giving you my kind of wine.
You've been expanding what my kind of wine is.
Look, I've been feeling like I've been turning my nose up at this ridiculously popular wine and I've got to try it,
And what do you
see
reckon?
what the fuss is about.
What do you reckon?
It's not for me. No, this is
Well, there goes our endorsement from Battle.
This is this is a beautiful wine.
God, I love it. Look, more from me. And maybe it's appropriate for this episode because you don't really like the wine and you didn't really like the episode. So
That was another thing I thought could tie it together.
Right. I think this episode is trying to say more than maybe any other episode we've covered thus far. So let's see if it tells us things.
It's trying.
It's trying.
It's trying.
But it's also sort of striking the nail with a very large hammer.
Yeah.
It's a little preachy to tie in with the religion theme.
It's preachy. It's on the nose.
Yeah. Just like notes of pepper in this wine.
Ooh. I'm kind of enjoying this.
Good.
Shiraz. I mean, what am I going to like next? Pizza? Friends?
Did you mean like having social connections or the sitcom?
The sitcom.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm still holding out hope that you're going to enjoy having friends.
Wow. Devastating.
All right. Shall I fire this bad boy up?
Let's do it.
Battle lines.
Airlines, here we go. All right, so we open on a hilarious scene in Sisko's office. Sisko, Dax, and O'Brien are discussing the fact that those messy Cardassians left files about Bajoran personnel on the computer, presumably for the Federation to find. Is this some kind of psychological warfare? Or is it just like being a bitch?
And it's never really followed up. It's just this
It's
hilarious
just an opener.
throwaway scene.
Yeah, yeah. Another thing that I love about DS9, they'll often tease us with something with no follow-up. Sisko warns Kira that she might be disappointed with the info that they have on her. But Kira says, I'm a big girl.
I'm a big girl, Commander. All right, Billy, I have to confess. Nana Visitor's acting in this episode is just
Awful.
the worst.
It is unbearable.
Undeniably terrible. Starts
Welcome. Welcome.
She does this thing where she just hangs her jaw open to express extreme emotion. She does it like 3 times, but each time for a different emotion.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. But she's a big girl and she can read that file.
Yeah. And we will revisit her terrible acting many times.
So yeah, Kira goes to read the file and then everyone else in the room just flees. Like they vacate the room.
Bashir comes through to Sisko, letting him know that, quite unexpectedly, the Kai Opaka has arrived at the station. And Sisko looks so freaking happy at this news.
Yeah.
Just like us, because Kai Opaka is the best.
She's great.
She's
Sisko
so
knows
good.
it.
She wants a tour of the station that Sisko offered in episode 1. That's why she's there. Then Kira storms out of Sisko's office and yells with the mouth open thing Cole was describing. A minor operative whose activities are limited to running errands for the terrorist leaders? She's like, but daddy, I'm a real badass. I'm like a mean terrorist.
It serves the purpose of reminding viewers that she was in the resistance, and she also takes great pride in it.
Yeah.
Which I guess is useful for the rest
Sure,
of the episode.
it sets up some of the tension in this episode for Kira's character, I suppose.
But it also shows that she is actually behaving like a bratty teenager.
And look, we all feel that way around Sisko, so I get it. He does have real daddy energy. I told you, I'm on board with Sisko being a daddy, and you're on board with Nana being terrible at acting, and all is right with the world.
Yeah, finally, we've come around.
Episode 12, here we are.
We've been evolving, you and I.
Kai Opaka is greeted by Kira, Bashir, and Sisko, and she just looks serene and unflappable. However, Bashir comments that she looks preoccupied, and we all know Bashir is known for his insight into women.
Savage.
But maybe he's right, because Kai Opaka stops to contemplate the space where the wormhole is, and also to contemplate prophecy, as she tells Kira. Sisko lets her know that the wormhole can only be viewed when a ship is going through the wormhole, and then Opaka and Sisko share a special private look of fondness that could thaw the most frozen of hearts.
Thawed mine.
And he then arranges to have a runabout taken through the wormhole so that Kai Opaka can see it in earnest and go to the Gamma Quadrant. And as usual, Bashir manages to wrangle an invitation to something he definitely wasn't invited to.
Yeah, he literally just hangs there looking like a sad puppy until he's invited along.
Yeah, I mean, we've established that Sisko is daddy energy. And clearly Bashir has been picking up on that for the past 12 episodes.
Dad, I want to come too.
In this episode, he's really trying to prove some things to Dad.
He is. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. There's some nice Bashir growth in this episode.
I agree.
It begins, yeah.
I agree. Why not start with just trying to impress Sisko? It's as good a place as any.
So again, with Camille Saviola's acting, she commands this quiet power. The way she just turns around and stares at Sisko, and everyone in the room knows that she wants to get into the wormhole.
Yeah.
This soft serenity that can dominate the room.
The beauty of silence in a position of power. I actually had one of the first kitchens I worked in was all male, which is pretty common.
Right.
So I was the only woman, and there was lots of Italian men. It was very shouty and yelly, and everyone was always carrying on and yelling things. And then we got a sous chef who was a woman, and she came in and she never raised her voice. And in a big kitchen, one technique is to yell out the orders when they come in.
Yeah.
So, you know, like,
yes, chef.
5 gnocchi, blah, blah, blah.
I've been watching The Bear lately.
Yeah, I mean, I
know all about kitchens. Go on.
That's all you have to know. But the dockets would come through and then she would just say it so quietly. So then the kitchen had to always be quiet so you could hear the call when it came through.
Yeah.
And it's a very powerful technique.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the energy that Kai Opaka has.
Kai gets it.
She is commanding the space and making you make space for her.
Oh, yeah. It forces you to be quiet in her presence and to really listen.
Be still and notice. Yeah.
Yeah. It commands deference because if you're talking over her, then you're looking like a Bashirish jerk.
And you're missing what she has to say.
Yep. Have we discussed the Kai's wardrobe?
We haven't. And I don't think we discussed it in episode 1.
No, I don't think so. I'm a fan.
I'm a huge fan.
Is this fuchsia?
Definitely fuchsia. It's definitely all winter jewel tones, which I think suits her.
Heavily nun-inspired.
Yes.
She's got the
habit.
She's got that wimple.
Yeah, the wimple.
They're clearly drawing the connections with the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
But with some bling.
There's some bling. There's sort of like a bit of a sarong situation. I sort of see a bit of a sari in this as well, maybe.
Oh, yeah, that's a great call. Yeah. The brightness of colors. By the way, I love when she's staring out at the wormhole. She's clutching that necklace.
The necklace.
Which is a really nice touch.
Because in the next scene, O'Brien waits at the runabout for Sisko and the others and is approached by the Kai, who knows for some reason that O'Brien has a daughter and gifts this necklace to him to give to Molly.
It's kind of my favorite moment of the episode.
But why does she do it?
The Kai's motivations and actions, they're mystical and they're not explained. She's getting on that runabout like she knows it's the last runabout she's going to get on. I guess it's almost a trope of giving away your earthly possessions when you're getting ready to pass into the next world. You know, it's very Gandalf and Frodo giving up their stuff before they're getting on the boat into the west, right? She's been staring into those orbs. She knows something's going to go down in the Gamma Quadrant and she has peace of mind about it. I think that's what this is telling us.
Yeah, I was sort of hoping that she had no foreknowledge of O'Brien having a daughter. So this is like some kind of witchy pa.
I think it's kind of implied because why else would she know about O'Brien?
I mean, he does bandy about his personal life to anyone that will listen to him. So
Which actually reminds me, I wanted to say in the very first scene, he's kind of a messy gossip bitch again.
Totally.
Because they find the file and he's like, just make sure Kira doesn't see it as the door is loudly opening and Kira walks in.
You know Kira, she's a real firecracker.
You messy gossip chief
He loves
bitch.
it. He loves it. And what I would have loved is if this ever came up again, or say like Molly was wearing the necklace one time.
I know.
But I guess not. O'Brien pockets it and, you know, pops it or something. Or a dartboard.
DS9 can be pretty impressive with continuity, and it is a shame that we don't see the necklace again.
It's like when you're doing a close watch on Prop Watch and they don't deliver the Easter egg that you're hoping for in the next 6 seasons.
In our defense, I found an entire Reddit thread about that necklace. We're not alone.
Great. Pedants, every one of us.
Yeah.
So the runabout takes off, and that's the teaser.
I'm teased.
I am sort of teased.
I'm ready to listen to any soft whispers that the Kai has to say to me the rest of the episode.
I wouldn't mind if she told me what to do in my life.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Kai, Opaka, Sisko, Kira, and Bashir enter the wormhole. And is this the first time we've seen the inside of the wormhole since Emissary?
Maybe.
Yeah.
But it's definitely the first time the Kai's seeing it.
It's really something, and Kai Opaka thinks this too.
This is the first time the Kai has ever left Bajor.
Yeah.
And now she's going through the Temple of her Prophets.
She is babe pig in the city.
I love her expression after she's passed through the wormhole. Just this look of
Bliss.
Tearful wonder
Yeah.
and bliss.
Yeah. Sisko and Bashir explain just how very, very far away they are now from the station. It's just so far. Wowee.
And the Kai doesn't care at all.
At all.
She's like, yeah, that's nice. I'm not here for the Gamma Quadrant stuff. I'm here
Yeah.
for the prophets.
Look, she's a patient lady. But then she drops some hints that she wanted to come here because of a prophecy. And Sisko doesn't take the bait because Sisko just isn't emissary enough at this stage in the series.
Well, she's been super vague.
She is, but I think later in the series he would be all over that shit.
Very true.
But at this point in time, he just feels fond of her. They're about to return through the wormhole when Kira picks up a subspace signal. Sisko orders a probe to check it out and then be picked up later, but Kai Opaka is thrilled at the opportunity to investigate the situation, saying, "Please, Commander, I don't get out often." And she's so earthy and cool.
I mean, she's got a death wish. She knows something's supposed to happen, and then she makes it happen. It's almost a self-fulfilling prophecy. She's like, no, we're not going back yet. We are investigating this strange signal.
But she knows the fates.
She also makes it happen, though. Look, I guess you're not supposed to overthink mystical prophecies, but she basically wills this death to happen.
Sure, someone like maybe Jesus?
You know what? Touche. Yeah. He's had his Last Supper, and then he goes to the Garden of Gethsemane, and he's like, hey, police, I'm over here. Hey.
Yeah. You can't fight it. It's what the prophets have in store for you.
Yep.
And Sisko, he just can't say no to this lady, and he agrees to take a look. So they find a moon, and there's some satellites going haywire, and also there's some signs of humanoid life, but oh no, the satellites don't like them and fire at them, and we get some of the best shaking acting.
Lots of shaking.
They're like grabbing the seat in front of them, rolling about on it.
No one told the Kai to put on a seatbelt.
Yeah, wow. God, of all the things you were mansplaining, Bashir, and you couldn't even do that.
A little preventive medicine, anyone?
So there's a pretty long scene as they're sort of crashing onto the planet.
Yeah, they're all yelling stuff.
And there's lots of sci-fi babble. And all the while, Opaka looks rapt. She's just in this state of spiritual euphoria almost.
Totally. I mean,
accepting her fate.
if you knew that you're on the brink of this fate that has been foretold you, brace for impact. And it smacks the
bracing.
surface of the moon.
Yeah. And look, it's a funky moon that they've landed on. Set watch.
I feel like I've seen these rocks before.
Yeah, we've definitely seen this rocky soundstage. It's very original series and season 1. Next
It is.
Generation.
They've kept these rocks around since the 60s.
Yeah. Although I was reading that this was a super expensive episode, so I don't know. Maybe it's a brand new soundstage.
Well, all those stunt actors who show up with their scary knives later.
True. They all emerge from the crashed runabout, carrying Kai Opaka. But no, she's gone. She's dead. She dead.
The look of shock and horror on her face as she's dying.
Yeah.
Again, even in death, the actress is just killing it.
She's great.
I wrote a bit of an elegy for Kai Opaka in the style of T.S. Eliot.
Sorry, what?
And this is the way the Kai's world ends, with a bang and a wimple.
That's beautiful. More poetry should have the word wimple in it. And then we've got Kira, and just don't attempt sobbing because you can't pull it off.
Yeah, number 2, where her acting just involves having her mouth hang open, and this time it's extreme grief and shock.
Oh, it's just hard. Ooh, but what's that? From the cave emerges some scary looking dudes.
Ruh-roh, it's Mad Max people.
Yeah, they're dirty.
They're so dirty.
Sorry to interrupt your grief, Kira.
And they're all
Shit's
wearing
getting real.
like 1980s Thunderdome.
Ooh, fab, yeah.
Yeah.
Some dusty old leather.
Yeah.
Back on DS9 in Ops, there is a bureaucratic nightmare unfolding. Odo is not pleased. Kai Opaka's people are on his back about how late the runabout is. What a drag. Dax and O'Brien try to reassure him they're doing everything they can to find the runabout. But Odo, he just doesn't like having to deal with people.
Odo is really out of his comfort zone in a PR role. He is freaking out.
It's like, yeah, they could be dead, but don't make me speak to people. I feel you, Odo.
Can I just arrest Quark today?
So on the cave moon, in the foreground, a big axe is being sharpened.
Oh, by the way, that axe confirmed was made out of cardboard.
Great.
All of the weapons are just cardboard at the end of sticks.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
And the crew are pulled into this cave and they're seemingly prisoners. And the people who have captured them have some more of those half-assed face tattoos that we've been seeing, which must have been a season 1 thing. The leader of these people are people called the Ennis, is a man named Golan Sheila.
Golan Sheila. I mean, really
Sheila.
doubling down the Australian dystopia.
Yeah,
Australian apocalypse. Like, the leader is Sheila.
Sheila! It's great. Oh, I didn't even put that together. I mean, I did. That's why I picked this one. So he's not a friendly fellow, and he seems very weirded out by the mixed alien races. And also what the heck they're doing on this moon. Kira falls down with some kind of injury and Bashir sort of blusters about her. And Sheila apologizes for their behavior, informing Sisko that their people are at war with a brutal enemy who attacks at whim. And these people are called the Null Ennis. And this is so silly. It's just such a dumb thing.
They're like the not Ennis.
The people and the not people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dumb.
It's symbolic, Lily. There's an allegory here, and I hope it doesn't pass over your head because it's an important message.
Oh, gosh.
Just don't take war for granted. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I won't. It's revealed that the moon is a penal colony, and Sheila is mainly concerned with Sisko's partisanship and these sort of warring factions that exist, and whether Sisko intends for them to help one another with resources and such.
By the way, when Sheila is welcoming them to this moon, he's like, this is the place where hope goes to die. And I think we all know that when Dante and his tour guide Virgil enter the gates of hell in Dante's Inferno, the gate to hell reads, "Abandon all hope, ye who enter here."
So Sheila also did a first year unit.
Sheila did some Western Civ.
It was a long time ago. That's why he's paraphrasing. Bashir and Kira discuss the senseless nature of Opaka's death, and this time I actually believe Kira's grief. She's sort of quiet in her grief.
She pulls it off.
Yeah.
And it is senseless. I mean, I'll say again, why did you kill Opaka off so soon?
I'm still mad about it.
It's an effectively tragic death, and that's what they were going for. Okay, the extras, by the way, I sang their praises in Move Along Home, but they do not bring it this episode.
Just some people they pulled off the street.
This Ennis woman is just looking bored AF.
Yeah. Look, she's going for completely disillusioned by life, but it's coming off as this is a dull day at the office.
She looks real bored.
So then the Null Ennis attack the camp and are distinguishable from the Ennis by having silly helmets.
Yeah, they've got these like Star Wars New Hope helmets.
But shiny. Kira is out to prove that she really is a badass terrorist and shoots down some rocks to kill the Null Ennis attackers, which I found out is a classic Star Trek fighting move.
Oh, really?
We get them with some rocks.
Like phaser the rocks and then the rocks fall down?
Yeah. You know, maybe push some rocks from somewhere.
Oh my gosh, you're so right.
We recently watched, what's the episode called?
Arena. One of the greatest battles of all time, Kirk versus the Gorn.
Wow, that was a nail biter. Yeah.
You're right. Dropping rocks on the bad guys.
Like, when in doubt, drop some rocks.
But okay, it is crazy that Kira just instantly joins this battle. She knows nothing about this war, drops some boulders on these people who just attacked.
It's instinct.
Yeah, it's instinct. Yeah. It's interesting. She rushes into the soldier mode.
The violence within her. The Null Ennis retreat. But then what's this? From around the corner of the cave appears... Jesus. No, it's Kai Opaka. And
oh my God, it's like emerging from the tomb. It's emerging from the tomb. Yeah. I hadn't even thought of that.
Yeah.
It's this beautiful shot of this great. Blue lighting and the silhouette emerging from
some mist.
Emerging from the cave.
Yeah, it's ethereal. Bashir checks her over and apparently she seems to be fine. Weird because she was pretty dead before. And Opaka can't remember her death. Bashir informs Sisko that there is now something biomechanical in Opaka's system that was not there before.
Dun, dun, dun.
What? And then while this is happening, slowly the slaughtered Ennis begin to rise from the dead. And then we're going to talk about how this is kind of a zombie episode.
Okay, but
And
this
is
is...
Jesus canonically a zombie?
Is Jesus a zombie? It's so disappointing, actually, how poorly directed this scene is with all these dead soldiers rising up from the dead.
Yeah.
It's literally, you just see them in the background just standing up again.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're all alive. It was just such a missed opportunity of the eeriness of these undead starting to shift and come back. I was actually so mad that I went and looked up a zombie episode from Game of Thrones. It's just an amazing battle where the zombies come in, and then at the end, the White Witch lifts up his hands, and all the fallen soldiers rise with him, and it's just the creepiest, eeriest thing. And it's like, guys, you've got the source material, and you blow it.
I agree. However, I kind of, not to be an apologist, but I feel like the absolute drudgery of what these aliens are going through, of just routinely killing each other and then rising from the dead, it does become drudgery, and that is coming across.
You're right. For the soldiers, it is nothing new. And they're like, oh, yeah.
This is another day of zombie life.
Turns out everyone just comes back to life again. No big.
There we go. Meanwhile, Dax and O'Brien are out searching for their lost pals, and
Oh my gosh.
we don't get much Dax and O'Brien time, but we sure do in this episode. And I guess they worked out that was not great, and then never did it again.
For this scene, I just wrote techno babble, 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 babble.
Every one of their scenes.
Babble. But you know, I feel like Terry Farrell is doing her best to imbue some sort of character dynamic.
Sure.
In all the scenes, she kind of looks super annoyed with O'Brien.
As he would be.
Yeah.
He's just barreling through. They're big old nerds. You feel like they might have something in common, but no, they don't.
And I guess there's a bit of a workplace tension. She's a science officer, he's the ops officer, and maybe they're trying to outdo each other a little bit.
Sure, who can be the cleverest?
There's a bit of a clever battle, but that's all there is to say about these super technobabble scenes.
Yeah, but there'll be many more.
Oh my gosh.
Back on the moon, it is confirmed that the Ennis are kind of zombies. They've all died many times. Bashir wants to investigate further, probably thinking that this is a medical miracle he can claim as his own discovery and put in some journal, I imagine. Sheila pontificates that Bashir is acting like this is a breakthrough discovery, but in actuality, it's a curse.
Yeah.
And just quickly, there's some more set watch. The Noel Ennis are being held in the world's shittiest jail / brig.
I saw that.
It looks like it's made of little twigs.
Yeah, I know. This little twig prison. Ugh.
But again, it's the drudgery, you know, whatever, we're all going to die, and then you just come back, and then you're a prisoner of war, but what are you going to do?
Yeah. So that's this Sisyphean sentence they've all been given,
Yeah,
this
keep running
ongoing
up that
torture.
hill.
So the fifth circle of hell in Dante's Inferno is for the wrathful. And their punishment is to just viciously fight each other forever and ever
Great.
in a slimy, swampy pit.
Okay, so that's where we are.
Yeah, we're in the fifth
We're
ring
in
of
the
hell. Maybe just for fun, do you want to hear some of the passage of Canto 7 of Dante's Inferno?
Yes.
Great. All right. Into a lake, the Styx named, expands the dismal stream when it hath reached the foot of the grey withered cliffs. Intent I stood to gaze, and in the marish sunk espied a miry tribe, all naked, and with looks betokening rage. They with their hands alone struck not, but with the head, the breast, the feet, cutting each other piecemeal with their fangs. Forever.
Oof.
So these guys...
It's good.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It's all right.
You should hear it in the original Italian.
So what you're saying is the river Styx, they're using this little gulag as an allegory for the river Styx. That's why it's made of little sticks.
Great connection.
Prop watch.
A+ on that lit essay. Yeah, and I guess back on their home planet, there was this feud between the Ennis and Noel Ennis, and the rest of the planet was like, dude, get over it. So it's like the worst clan feud ever.
Yeah. So they've been sent to this prison to serve as a reminder to civilization that this is the futility of war.
Right. It's like the damned being sent as a lesson to the living of if you give in to wrath and senseless anger, and violence.
Drinking too much Shiraz. Off you go to the Styx.
That's another ring of hell, baby. And I will see you there.
Yeah. Woo!
You and I are probably going to end up like Tantalus. He was the one who's up to his knees in water, but when he bends down to drink, it recedes. And there's food hanging off the tree, but when he reaches up, it pulls away.
Oof. I have that dream all the time.
Oh, gosh.
It's my worst nightmare.
Oh, no. Yeah, well, you better clean up your act, Lily.
No, never. Live for today, I say.
live for Shiraz.
Opaka questions what started this eternal war. And Sheila says, Some say it was water. Some say it was land. It's not very relevant now. And it's just, he understands the futility. He understands that there's no point to it. You think they would grow tired of fighting each other when there's no end in sight. You cannot kill each other.
Yeah, I like what they're saying about how a lot of conflicts can start from maybe resource scarcity or land, but then it turns into grievance, and then it's this self-perpetuating cycle of grievance and vengeance and retribution. It's very easy to think of a lot of modern day wars like that, unfortunately. It's also just game theory. This is textbook game theory. Do you know game theory? So when you and an opponent each have two choices, you could risk making peace or you could keep fighting. And either of these sides, the risk of trying to make peace is annihilation. And so they both choose to keep fighting. Together, they choose the worst outcome of just perpetual fighting, when if they worked together, they could actually choose a way forward.
Is this the same thing as loss aversion?
Maybe.
That every interaction is either a win or a loss?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
And as they see it, like the risk of losing everything is too high, so they both just choose to live in this purgatory of awfulness.
It's petty.
Is petty. And this is where the parable starts to fall apart for me.
Sure.
They say like, well, the rules of war change when you no longer fear death. But doesn't it suck to get injured over and over again? It can't be fun to bleed your guts out over and over again.
I guess when your hatred's that strong.
Yeah, I guess that's it. That's what they're preaching to us.
Yeah, sure. Sounds like a real bore to me.
I know.
I feel like I would be that bored extra. Just like, oh God, this again.
You'd be so over it. Like, think of all the different ways you could die.
I'm just going to lie here and die. How about that? I'm not going to bother fighting.
It's very Russian Doll, actually. She was just bored of dying by the end of season 1.
Yeah.
This extra is just wearing Natasha Lyonne's ennui with death on her face.
Oh, that was a good show.
How am I going to die next? That's a great show.
Opaka and Sisko are sort of espousing what we're talking about, that fighting has no meaning and it's better to just stop. But Kira comes in with recommendations about freedom fighting techniques.
Right.
She can't see this parable that's playing out. All she can see is, well, you're not doing it well enough, and that's clearly the problem.
She starts coaching the Annis on better fighting tips.
But Sisko is very displeased with this. This is not prime directive at all.
It is instinctual. She's just like, here's how you can be a better fighter.
Just have people and blah, blah, blah.
And then in classic Nana acting, she says, Commander, we're trapped with only his forces between us and damnation. You're all already damned on the moon, on Moonhell, Kira. Get used to it.
But she won't.
This is not your war, Kira.
Yeah. Sisko explains to Sheila that he and his crew will be rescued, and he's willing to take Sheila's people off this moon. And Sheila can't believe it. This is everything he and his people want, which is to live one life and to die. But is that really true? Because the vengeance is so strong. They could be living a life. They could be making something of their life on this purgatory, but they're not choosing to.
I guess at this point, all either side wants is to see the other one eliminated.
Yeah.
But I guess you're not supposed to overthink this too much, because there's no such thing as winning if everyone comes back to life. So I guess you're just trying to cause pain,
suffering.
I mean, Kira's rightfully annoyed that they don't even have guards at the entrance.
Well,
they're so used to dying. Yeah. It's not even a punishment anymore.
Sheila explains that they used to do this. They used to have all the techniques, and it all lost meaning.
Yeah. And yet, the thing that hasn't lost meaning is their enmity.
Yeah.
Is that the word?
Yeah.
Great.
So Sisko says he can take them off this rock, but the price for that is a ceasefire with the warring people. And that's something that Sheila doesn't believe the rival leader, Zlanko.
Great names in this episode.
Will agree
Zlanko.
to. This guy's Zlanko, clearly not Australian. So.
It actually does kind of sound like a Polish immigrant or something.
Yeah, I was going to say like a Polish spirit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, like a liquor.
Yeah, like
I thought you meant like a ghost. Okay.
No, like something you drink a shot of.
I mean, Australia has had its share of senseless enmity between the local Sheilas and the Polish immigrants.
Oh, God.
It's all there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's text.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Dax and O'Brien are still tooling around the Gamma Quadrant.
Techno-babble, babble.
Yes, the scanners aren't working properly, and it's looking like a needle in a haystack. And then O'Brien does some word association.
Needle in a haystack.
A magnet. More specifically, we need a differential magnator.
Magnetomer.
I didn't even write it down properly. And Dax says, I've never heard of it. How does it work? And O'Brien's like, I'll let you know as soon as I finish making one.
I'll let you know when I make it.
Such a scoundrel, and you can see why Dax is fed up with him. That's
Dax is
super annoying.
so annoyed with him.
And then there's a little scene with Julian working on the runabout. And then he commends himself because no one else will. And he says, nice work, Julian.
If Bashir does something right and he's all alone, is he still useless?
Will he ever get the approval of Daddy? Meanwhile, Zlanko, the leader of the Nolanists, has agreed to a ceasefire and discussions. And Kira is raring to go, trying to get her rebel foot in the door and be there for these discussions. But Sisko orders her to stay with Kai. And then we get a pretty good scene between Kira and Kai Opaka.
This scene is beautifully written.
Yeah.
Beautifully acted by Camille Saviola.
Yes.
And I'll say no more.
Yeah, so Kira sort of looks all at sea and Kai says, you can't bury it, Kira.
Kira's like, what? What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Again with Opaka's The Power of Silence. Kira's like, what do you mean? And Opaka just stares at her.
Yeah, letting her come to the answers.
Impassively.
Yeah.
She's like a psychologist who just stares at you until you acknowledge all of your neuroses.
Yes.
She just stares at Kira and lets Kira work through this.
Yeah. It's a good rhetorical tool.
It really is.
Kira says, I don't enjoy fighting and I don't want you to think of me as this violent person without a soul, without a conscience. And this is Kai not saying anything to her. This is just Kira's perception of herself. But I mean, wow. And then Kai Opaka touches Kira's ear, her pa, and apparently it's so soothing and thrilling that Kira falls into the Kai's arms in gratitude, which I want to do as well.
Dude, I want to fall into the Kai's bosom and I want her to tell me that everything will be okay.
It's so soothing. And she says to Kira, don't deny the violence inside of you, Kira. Only when you accept it can you move beyond it. Mm-hmm. So, it's some pretty classic advice. Accept yourself.
Face your trauma.
Yeah.
Face your past.
But Kira says, I'm afraid the prophets won't forgive me. And Kai says, they're just waiting for you to forgive yourself.
It's good stuff.
It's a great scene. I mean, it is very Christianity laden, isn't it?
I was just thinking through that. I'm trying to decide if it's more psychologist couch or church pew.
I think it's both. Have you ever gone to confession?
No, I'm a Protestant, baby.
Yeah.
Have you gone to confession?
Oh, yeah. I was raised Catholic. Well, I went to a Catholic school anyway.
And
so
okay.
You had to go to confession.
How does this compare to confession?
I mean, look, it was sort of a kindly priest, especially when I was younger. He was Irish. He was called Father Nestor. And he just sort of sat there and let you do the talking and gave you the occasional prompt. It does sort of feel the way that therapy feels in a way, but with the promise of something concrete at the end, 2 Hail Marys and whatever else.
Right.
And then you're absolved. So I think, for me, this is like Kira confessing her sins and receiving
absolution.
Absolution? Yeah.
Yeah, and so for me, this is when the rock band's playing at the front of the church and... Yeah, different religious experiences.
Yeah. Any incense?
No incense, just cool rock music and, the electric guitar's going and...
Got to make it funky for the kids.
Yeah, got to stay hip. We've all seen Sister Act. And the pastor's saying...
I mean, famously Catholic, but sure.
All right. But yeah, the pastor is saying, God accepts you and your brokenness, and that's okay. Which I guess the Kai is saying it's okay for you to be broken from the war. Mm-hmm. Acknowledge that, and then the healing can start.
Yeah.
You're right. So very Christian, but also very... To me, I was just thinking someone who's traumatized from what they had to do to survive. And
yeah. I tell you, I'm definitely getting therapists. But she's wearing a wimple, so...
The other interesting thing is this episode, there's this whole theme of the senselessness of war. Mm-hmm. But Kira's cause was just. Like Star Trek won't deny that there are some causes worth fighting for.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if it's maybe it's not a contradiction. Maybe it just shows layers. Like sometimes you do need to fight, but even if your cause was worthy, you need to heal from it.
I mean, you still kill people, even if it was for a worthy cause.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think later in the series, they go into some more of the particulars of the guerrilla warfare and I think they touch on how sometimes things were taken too far or it crossed some kind of moral boundary that...
For sure. Oh, yeah, she definitely has her demons from her role. Even Sisko compromised his morals in the Dominion War. And anyways, yeah, war is bad, people. War is hell.
What it is good for, absolutely. Say it again.
People killing, people dying.
Wait, you're supposed to finish my song. All right, Black Eyed Peas. What about your humps? Jeez.
I think one can appreciate another's humps and be anti-war.
Yeah, humps are great. We can
Humps
all agree.
in the back
we can
end.
all agree humps are great, and this is what brings us together in the human experience.
In the
Thank
back
you, Black
end
Eyed Peas.
What are you going to do with all that ass? All that ass inside them jeans.
Yeah, I'm going to make you scream. All right. And moving on. Back on the runabout. Apparently, the big old Magneto Nonsenso has done its job. Dax and O'Brien pick up a trace and they're on the hunt. And on the moon, the peace talks have begun. There are lots of lovely ambient fires. It's very romantic.
Yeah. I thought there were sort of these weird party centerpieces, these pillars of flame.
It had a little bit of Survivor vibes.
Totally.
Too.
It's time for the tribal council.
Tribal council, yeah.
So fire and hell.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Tell me more.
Okay, so in the Bible,
Dante.
in the original languages the Bible was written in, 2 words for hell were used. One is Hades, just, got that from Greek underworld. And then the other is Gehenna.
Oh.
So the Valley of Gehenna was outside Jerusalem, and it was actually a trash dump, and it was where you went to burn your trash.
Oh.
And then later it was used to burn bodies. So it became a sort of crematorium / just dumping ground when there were outbreaks of plague and things.
Sure, yeah.
So
Bring out your dead.
So it became this phrase like, well, you don't want to end up in the fires of Gehenna.
Yeah.
And so actually, it's unclear half the time when you read in the Bible, well, your body will end up in the fires of Gehenna. It could just be translated as, you're just going to end up in the crematorium.
Yeah.
And that is maybe where this whole thing about fire and brimstone and hell came from.
Right. So it's just like a translation error.
Yeah. Isn't that fascinating?
And it's always made more sense to me that hell would be freezing cold because I hate the cold.
There are a number of religious traditions where hell is cold. I think Hades was meant to be quite cold. Sheol, which is the Jewish underworld. And
That will be my hell. Can't grab my food, can't drink my drinks, and I'm chilly.
Your hell is just looking at wine, and it's out of reach, and you're freezing.
Yeah.
I feel you.
I mean, I definitely don't want to push that rock up that hill.
No, that sounds pretty rough too.
It's like, what's that stupid thing that stupid men do?
Doesn't narrow it down.
Where they like throw rocks and ropes and stuff.
Repelling?
No. It's like a cult of exercise.
CrossFit.
An eternity of CrossFit.
Sisyphus is in an eternity of CrossFit. I hope he's at least ripped after all that rock pushing.
Like, I changed my mind, an eternity of CrossFit is my hell. All right, so we're in the peace talks. Sisko is discussing the plans to take the inhabitants of the moon to safety.
With Bashir. I love this scene.
Yeah. And Bashir tries to make a joke and he says, isn't that like assisting a jailbreak? And he's like, come on, Dad, like, let's throw the ball around and have a laugh.
Right.
And Sisko's so mad, he says, I don't need you to interpret the prime directive for me, Doctor.
He does not enjoy having his integrity being challenged by this twerp.
And you know what? In season 1, he hates Julian.
Yeah.
Like, he hates this guy.
But Sisko also knows that Bashir is right. This is kind of a violation of the Prime Directive. And he just got called out by this insufferable little Starfleet graduate.
Yeah.
Then Sisko does this amazing mental gymnastics. He's like, well, these people were abandoned by their world. And so the Prime Directive isn't relevant because now these people are, quote, separate and unique. He's good at legal arguments.
He is. And, I mean, this is the point of Star Trek, isn't it? To find the loopholes in the Prime Directive. Otherwise, what show even is this? It's just you ignoring a whole bunch of aliens.
Who are all suffering horrible fates.
Zlanko, the
leader of
Polish
the Null.
drink and leader of the Nolan SE.
I also, in my notes, I called him Mad Max Martin Short.
Oh, I love that. I love Martin Short.
I know you do.
Yeah, so he's interrogating Sisko about what his deal is and what the heck the Federation is, which leads to a description of what the Federation is. And I did some reading about this.
Yes.
And this description is, I guess, one of the first times they describe what the Federation actually does.
Right. Isn't it crazy? 2 whole series, the original series, Next Generation, and then this is the first time we get a full-ish definition of what the Federation even is.
Yeah. Did you write it down?
Yeah. Sisko says, it's made up of over 100 planets who have allied themselves for mutual scientific, cultural, and defensive benefits. The mission that my people and I are on is to explore the galaxy. They do another definition in season 1 of Prodigy. Because I actually just watched that.
Yeah,
I wrote that one down. Hologram Janeway says the Federation is an interstellar union with shared principles of rights, universal liberty, and equality. And Starfleet is for deep space exploration on a mission to maintain peace and freedom.
Lofty.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
And
Janeway. Wow. All right, Janeway. Believe it when I see it.
apparently some of the executive producers were trying really hard to avoid calling the Federation a military alliance.
Yeah, sure. I get it.
But it definitely is, even on the original series. I mean, Starfleet is protecting Federation space from...
They're protecting their interests. I mean, they're dressed as military. It's a military command.
I mean, has it ever made perfect sense that Starfleet is simultaneously scientific exploration and military? No, but just go with it.
But like, if you want to just go out into the random reaches of space and look at sciencey things, you have to have torpedoes.
Exactly.
And that is proven time and again.
Indeed.
You do need those torpedoes.
Yeah, it's just planning ahead.
Yeah. They're just like Boy Scouts. Be prepared. Yeah, so we get this description of the Federation. And then
Zlanko is not impressed.
Zlanko and Sheila start antagonizing each other and getting mad about it. Zlanko is distrustful and thinks that it's all a trick, and it all escalates very quickly, and the two warring factions start killing each other.
I couldn't even follow how it collapsed so quickly, how talks collapsed. Mad Max Martin Short says, as a gesture of peace, bring out all your Ennis from hiding. And then Sheila says, do you think I'd allow a single Knoll to escape this planet alive?
Right, so I guess old Sheila wasn't on the straight and narrow. He was planning to stab this guy in the back.
Martin Short calls out Sheila calls out Chaz for bluffing, basically. And then the cardboard knives come out.
Oh man, do they come out. Watch out.
Okay, so I read that they interviewed the lead stunt coordinator, who was one of the fighters, and he was really happy to say that the director just let him direct these scenes.
That makes sense.
He says, it was really great. The director let me run with it, and during all these scenes, the director was just sitting there reading a magazine.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
It's like, well, yeah, it kind of looks like it.
Oh, my God. Don't admit that, man.
I know. But this fighting, it really is high school Macbeth stage fighting.
Oh.
I guess they didn't want any blood, but there's a lot of cardboard.
They definitely don't want to break the cardboard as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not structurally sound.
Poor, bored extra woman dies again.
Sisko's going for it, though.
Sisko,
I believe it. He can hold his own.
Look, Avery brings it, whatever. Like, if he has to play hopscotch, if he has to kill some extras, he brings it. Sheila goes down. Martin Short goes down.
Ooh, and then
Star Wars TIE Fighter goes down.
Tries to throw an axe at Sisko. And Bashir is like, no, that's my daddy.
That's my daddy.
And he heroically intercepts. And for real, guys, I'm not kidding. It is quite heroic. He does it.
And now he's like, now that I've saved Dad's life, he'll finally respect me.
Good luck with that. And then Bashir says to Sisko, we cannot afford to die here, not even once. Then there's an O'Brien Dax scene with pure technobabble.
They find the moon, technobabble. Dax is getting increasingly cranky with O'Brien.
As am I. Back on the moon, Julian is explaining to Sisko that people who die on the moon are reanimated by these microbes that don't survive off the moon, essentially. So if these people leave, they will die.
Like the nanites only function on this moon. You can only exist in hell.
Yeah.
You can't leave hell.
Yeah. It's like Hotel California.
Oof. Or Orpheus and Eurydice. Do you remember that one? Eurydice dies on their wedding day.
Yeah.
Goes to Hades. Orpheus goes into Hades, much like Sisko and company are in hell as living people. And Orpheus is like, please let me bring out my wife. And Hades, the guy, is moved by how much they want it.
Yeah.
So he's like, you can leave. Eurydice will follow you out as long as you don't turn around and look at her. And they're like feet away from getting out. And he turns around just to make sure she's actually there. And then she disappears and is lost forever. So much like Bashir is trying to rescue the Kai and take her out with them, but once you go to Hades, you cannot come out.
You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. That's what I was saying.
Great, we did it. Both Hotel California and...
That was a beautifully succinct synopsis.
Great.
You really did it.
All the soldiers are coming back to life again in a really unthrilling zombie
once again
reanimation sequence.
Yeah. Oh, so they're back in the cozy cave, and Opaka lets the crew know that she'll be staying, as it's what the prophecies have been telling her all along.
And Kira, like every Bajoran, is like, huh?
Yeah. But Opaka knew that when she went through the wormhole that she wouldn't be returning, and that all she was doing is answering the call of the prophets by staying, and that she is here to help heal these people. And Kira has just begun to heal herself, so she should understand.
Although Bajor needs healing. Yeah, Opaka, do you want to heal people after a war? Go back to your planet and help the entire planet
I'll leave
heal.
them with Nurse Ratchet.
Right?
Space Karen, and they'll be fine.
Instead, I'm going to help these, I don't know. Everyone down here is also within a 12-kilometer radius. We're talking about maybe a few hundred people max.
Claustrophobic, yeah.
Yeah. Look, they had to kill her off, bring on Nurse Ratchet for more tension. Also, Jesus has got to save those souls down in hell.
That's the purpose. That's the purpose of her life. And you know what? That's okay.
Opaka gets a slightly on-the-nose line. I don't love it. She says, these people, they don't know how to do anything else but die. They've forgotten how to live. Ooh, snaps. Ooh.
Look, it's all convenient, isn't it? Because she's dead. She can't actually leave. So what's the point?
Exactly. You're stuck there anyways.
Great, you made that decision, but you do have to stay.
Maybe there's an argument to make that the role of Kai becomes much more political after the Cardassian occupation. And maybe she doesn't have interest in that. Like, she represented the symbol of hope during the occupation, and she has very little interest in politics. So she's like, I want to go somewhere else and be a symbol of hope.
She'd be a great politician, though.
I know.
Yeah. She has presence. She has charisma.
She's like,
she would do that thing where she goes up to the podium and then just waits for everyone to stop talking before she starts talking. Just like Hitler.
Oh, gosh.
Sorry.
Jacinda Ardern during COVID, she'd wear these nice cozy sweaters and she'd do these Zoom chats to all of New Zealand and she'd just say, hey, everyone, it's going to be okay. Yeah. We're going to get through this together. And she just embraced the whole world in this cozy hug. Yeah. Like, we need more Kai Opaka Jacindas in this world.
We do.
And now she's gone and retired to some hell moon.
Much like Jacinda Ardern. Yeah. No, I don't know what she's doing.
No,
but she did retire.
Raising a kid. Yeah.
Back on the moon, Bashir expounds on his responsibilities as a doctor. He thinks that he may be able to reprogram the microbes so that when the people on this moon die, they will die for real. So that, it's not euthanasia, but it's stopping this.
He can end suffering by letting them die. This
consistent loop, exactly.
Putting them out of their pain.
And Sheila Shazza is all for it. But as a method for defeating the Null Ennis, boo, you've missed the point of this episode, Sheila.
Sheila, you missed the whole bloody point.
Like, were you not listening to us this whole time?
Yeah.
Magnet team managed to beam Sisko, Kira, and Bashir off the moon, and the battle recommences. Before they go, Sisko promises to find a way to help Kai Opaka, but she says that her work is here on this hell planet now, although their path may cross again.
Your path and mine will cross again.
And then she gives, like, the best face she's given in this whole episode, and that's saying something because she's given so much good face.
She looks a little afraid of this new life she's given herself.
Do you think so? I disagree.
I think it's kind of hitting her what she's just done.
No, I
disagree. What's her face
saying? I think she's facing the reality, but I don't think it's fear.
Yeah? Ready to take on this new quest?
Yeah. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? She dies.
Again and again and again. Yeah. They packed a lot in the very final few minutes. I sort of thought the twist at the end was nice. Like, you think Sheila's finally gotten it and he wants this salvation, but still all he wants is to see the annihilation of his enemy.
But spend a week at Spa Opaka and you'll all come out feeling a bit more zen, feeling like, I feel good. Be in her presence for a moment,
I wish we had just briefly revisited this in the series and seen Opaka's progress.
Yeah, does it happen at all?
It's actually quite strange because even I think of Opaka as having been killed off, but she's not. She's hanging out on this moon.
They can go visit her.
Anyone can go visit her. She's treated like she's dead for the rest of the show.
Wait, can they visit her? What about the satellites?
You have to get her onto the satellites or whatever. But Jackson O'Brien did it.
Bring your magnet.
Right. Yeah. Bring your magnetomer.
Yeah.
Like, bring her some care packages sometimes. Just beam down some jumja sticks.
Yeah, anything.
What's that Bajoran dessert that sounds like baklava? Hasperat.
Oh,
Bring her some jumja and some hasperat.
Oh, yeah, a fresh wimple. She's only got one.
Bring her a new wimple, because that is not going to be fuchsia 1 week from now.
Oh,
it's going to be stained from all that blood, from all the times.
Drab.
I mean, Opaka's going to get stabbed like 1,700 times.
So?
Sure.
Do you think that's what happens, though? No, I think that she...
Fog of war.
Quickly, I don't want to say starts a cult, but she quickly engages at least a few of those really bored extras because she's selling something that's not being sold on this planet. Yeah.
That is exactly how you would do it. You would start a cult of peace.
Hope.
Yep. And then the cult of peace would get killed a lot.
But, you know, she, like Jesus on the cross, she takes it. I think that's her whole vibe, you know. I do feel bad for her. Like she said, she doesn't get out a lot and then goes out one time and she should have stayed home. And that's why you should never have friends, Cole.
So Lily is in fact not into Friends.
Yeah, not sold on that.
Not sold on Friends just yet. So Sisko and company escape hell.
Yeah.
Do you know how Virgil and Dante get out of hell in Dante's Inferno?
No, tell me.
So they get to the center of hell, they cross through all the rings, and Satan is at the center, and he's this gigantic, beastly, furry creature trapped in ice there. And
Yeah, I've seen the Lil Nas video.
Yeah. So they have to crawl down Satan's back, and then they escape hell by crawling up his butt.
No.
They literally crawl up his asshole
No.
to get to purgatory.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
That's not real.
Do you want to hear some more poetry?
Far out. Lil Nas X, he really got it, didn't he?
He checked his sources.
He really did. Hit me.
So hell is also in the center of the earth, and so they're going deeper and deeper into the center of the earth. And turns out Dante had an understanding of the spherical earth.
Oh, cool, yeah.
And so literally the center of the earth is Satan's asshole.
butt, yeah.
And once you cross through Satan's asshole, gravity shifts and you start climbing up through purgatory. Soon as he reached the point whereat the thigh, this is Satan's thigh, whereat the thigh upon the swelling of the haunches turns. My leader there with pain and struggling hard turned round his head where his feet stood before, and grappled at the fell as one who mounts, that into hell methought we'd turned again. I raised mine eyes, believing that I Lucifer should see where he was lately left, but I saw him now with legs held upward. And then this is my favorite bit. Let the grosser sort, who see not what the point was I had passed, bethink them if sore toil oppressed me then. Which, I think the translation is, if you're not picking up what I'm putting down, don't worry about it. Like, if you don't get what I'm saying, it's fine. Never mind.
Yeah, you get it or you don't. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of smug too. It's
know.
like you're only smart if you know about butt stuff. Oh my God.
You know, the Divine Comedy is so saucy. He fills hell with all of his enemies. Because he's going through all the rings and he's like naming all these contemporaries of his who he didn't like.
Great.
Like he gets to the ring where the sodomites are and he's like, oh, that was my teacher from elementary school. Who knew?
Whoa. I mean, way to deal with your trauma. But yes, also he is like a bit of a gossip chief.
He's massive.
God, I need to reread this.
It's just pure gossip. He's spilling the tea all across the rings of hell.
Man, I love that. I'm so glad we got to talk about butt stuff again.
God, you and I are going to hell.
I've never argued with that. The hot version. Hell, the hot version.
As in like, partying with Lil Nas X. And,
Yeah, and the flames.
And
Like,
the flame, sure.
yeah, I'm not in for that cold shit.
Sure, the dumpster,
Inferno,
the
yeah.
literal dumpster fire.
I mean, where I belong.
See you in the valley of Gehenna dumpster fire.
Me and the burning trash. That's where I truly belong. All right, you know what? Sure. I say sure to that episode.
I say sure. The idea that war is senseless and there's a better way had been explored probably better in multiple original series episodes. But I like how spiritual and mystical they got. I wish they did more of that, frankly, on DS9 and Star Trek.
As we've covered lost opportunities with Kai Opaka.
Yeah.
She would have been bringing that. It's like very witchy, you know? She's like a little bit Stevie Nicks, you know? And she's sort of got that vibe. And that's never recreated with Bajoran religion.
No.
Is it?
Well, Barial.
No, there's some hot Vedics, but they're not bringing the same energy. And I kind of want that. She's bringing like the magic of the religion.
100%. Do we shift to fashion watch?
Fashion watch, prop watch, and set watch. I don't know. I don't have a song for that.
You're going to say the little jail made out of sticks.
Yeah. Yeah, the river Styx in jail format.
You're such a
Brilliant.
dork. I love it. The Kai's fuchsia wimple. It's 2 thumbs
Fashion
up for
watch?
me.
Yeah. I mean, she's the only thing worth looking at in this episode.
Yep. Prop watch, those cardboard blades.
No. It's about finding the best thing, not the worst thing.
Her necklace?
It's the necklace.
It's the necklace.
It's obviously the necklace.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was fashion watch or prop watch.
I didn't shout it out, but I was happy to see Julian's medical satchel again.
I did think of you when
I
he
still want it.
when he wrestled that out of the hands of Bad Extra Girl.
Yeah,
He's
don't
like,
touch my things.
Don't touch my med kit.
That's my fucking purse. Mate. Yeah.
Any final thoughts?
Do you know what?
Tell me.
Maybe I like Shiraz.
Good.
Yeah.
You've come around.
I definitely like it more than this episode.
Yeah.
But I've come around slightly to this episode. I feel like it's 2 for 2 in drab episodes.
You're right. 2 pretty blah episodes in a row. But next week is a lot of fun.
What's next week?
The Storyteller.
Ooh.
Both the A and the B plots are just lots of fun.
I remember this. It's O'Brien heavy.
Yes.
There's good robes.
Jake and Nog are chasing some Bajoran babe. O'Brien and Bashir are dealing with wild Bajoran monsters. Look, it's a lot of Bajorans, but it's fun Bajorans.
What could this show have been if Kai Opaka had lived?
I think Sisko would have had a mentor.
Yeah.
I mean, he was so ready to
But
connect
it's like
with the Kai.
he's wandering in the wilderness.
Oh, yeah, I feel the worst for Sisko that he lost this spiritual teacher.
Their relationship is just beautiful.
Yeah, because Sisko's got healing to do too.
Yeah, and she was the one who set him on the path to healing his trauma, wasn't she?
Yeah.
It's kind of a thing. God, how do we find Kai Opaka in therapy form? Like, is there something I can fill out where I'm like, my psychologist must resemble Kai Opaka in every way?
She needs to stare at me until I break and just start sobbing with
Touch my ear.
with my jaw agape. Yeah. Touch my ear and read my soul.
Maybe we can be our own Kai Opakas.
That's beautiful.
I don't know. I feel like I've got more Zlanko vibes.
You know,
I'll be my own Zlanko.
have you heard the sort of self-help technique of like giving a name to your inner critic? The one who's like, Cole, you will never amount to anything, like naming him like Zlanko.
Yeah.
And then I can be like, Zlanko, go back to hell, right?
Yeah.
And maybe I can name the part of me who's like, Cole, you're all right.
The kind, caring part of you.
That's Kai Opaka. And I'll just fall into her bosom and she can read my paw.
Let the healing begin.
Yeah. Wow. I feel like I've had a bit of a breakthrough.
Who needs therapy when you have
Star Trek?
Space, wine, and Star Trek. And Shiraz.
Oh, cheers to that.
Mute.
So in conclusion, Lily and Cole are healed.
But still going to hell. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.